play hide and clap?
Everybody knows them. Jump scares. In many modern films, especially horror films, they are kind of the life and blood of the genre. The audience is surprised by the events happening on the screen and is in shock for a few seconds. The directors give the audience some sweet adrenaline with this. However, after that first shock, the tension fades fast. Until the next jump scare, obviously.
Holly.
But this raises the question, isn't there a better way to create tension and suspense and keep the audience involved for a long period of time? Well, there is, and in this video we are exploring it in detail. Enter Sir Alfred Joseph Hitchcock, the so-called master of suspense. What defines suspense and why is it so powerful? What is the difference between suspense and surprise or shock? Let's hear the master explain it in this clip of an American Film Institute seminar.
4 people are sitting around a table talking about baseball, whatever you like. 5 minutes of it, very dull. Suddenly, a bomb goes off, blows the people to smithereens. What do the audience have? 10 seconds of shock. Now take the same scene and tell the audience there is a bomb under that table and will go off in 5 minutes. Well, the whole emotion of the audience is totally different because you've given them that information that in 5 minutes' time that bomb will go off. Now the conversation about baseball becomes very vital because they're saying to you, don't be ridiculous, stop talking about baseball, there's a bomb under there. You've got the audience working. Now the only difference is, although I've been guilty of, in the picture Sabotage, of making this error, but I've never made it since, the bomb must never go off. Because if you do, you work that audience into a state and then they'll get angry because you haven't provided them with any relief. And that's almost a must. So a foot touches the bomb, somebody looks down and says, my God, a bomb, out of the window, then it goes off, just in time.
With just this example showcasing his bomb theory, Hitchcock perfectly summarizes what makes creating suspense such a powerful storytelling technique. Let's break it down element by element. Ordinary scene. Any scene can be made much more dramatic and tension-filled with this technique of suspense. Sometimes it is even better to have the most ordinary scene and spice it up. Like an innocent talk about baseball but with a ticking bomb under the table. Information gap. The viewer gets to know certain specific information that the characters know nothing about. This creates a knowledge gap and lets the viewer feel and be excited for the protagonists. The viewer knows, or at least guesses, what will happen next and wants to help the characters out. She wants to scream, "There is a bomb under the table! Get away from there!" Tension and relief. This feeling of not being able to help. Can you feel it? Just how much tension this technique of suspense can build up with the audience? And this is exactly why at the end there has to be some kind of relief from this tension. According to Hitchcock, it is of utmost importance to not betray the emotionally involved viewer and give him the much needed relief. In other words, let the protagonist find the bomb and throw it out of the window before it explodes. So with all this in mind, the difference between surprise and suspense lies in the emotional impact and time under tension. Or like Hitchcock puts it, in the first case we have given the public 15 seconds of surprise at the moment of the explosion. In the second, we have provided them with 15 minutes of suspense. And just to add to that further, I would say that the imagination of the audience is the most powerful force of all. Since the audience has more information than the protagonists, they imagine what is likely going to happen. All kinds of scenarios are running through their minds. All kinds of films are unraveling in their minds. And this creates tension, anticipation, and emotional connection.
Over an hour.
¿Qué pasó? No sé, un carro explotó.
Mike, what happened?
That car that just passed has exploded.
The car? How could it do that?
I don't know. I'll have to try to find out.
Now let's look at one of the best suspense scenes ever. The coin toss scene in No Country for Old Men. Firstly, we have an otherwise completely ordinary scene, somebody buying some gas and a snack in the gas station. But secondly, there is an information gap between the audience and the gas station owner. The audience knows that Anton is definitely dangerous and what he has done so far, but the gas station owner doesn't. Also, he doesn't know what they are playing for in the coin toss. And lastly, the tension in the scene is almost suffocating. We want to scream and help the poor guy. But luckily in the end he wins the coin toss and escapes his death. So all in all, this is a textbook example of the impact that suspense has. Just chilling. I want to leave you today with one of my favorite quotes of Sir Alfred. There is no terror in the bang, only in the anticipation of it.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you. Well, it wouldn't be fair.
I didn't put nothing up.
Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it. You know what date is on this coin?
No.
1958. It's been traveling 22 years to get here. And now it's here. And it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything, call it.
All right. Heads, then.
Well done. Don't put it in your pocket.
Sir?
Don't put it in your pocket. It's your lucky quarter.
Where you want me to put it?
Anywhere not in your pocket. Or it'll get mixed in with the others and become just a coin. Which it is.